as all 50 states push in one way or another to try to reopen or restart their economies, it is not just restaurants and retailers who are trying to find new and innovative ways to get back to business. It is also manufacturers and factory workers that are moving ahead, including Jackson Center, Ohio-based Airstream, the maker of trailers and RVs. It was forced to shut down production for nearly 2 months, but production lines are humming once again. But the new trends post-pandemic may force the company to kick production into high gear because demand for their products is expected to surge. Joining us now is Bob Wheeler, Airstream President and CEO. Bob, thank you very much for spending a little time with us here on CNBC. What is the state of Airstream's production in Ohio right now?
Thanks, Brian. So right now we're cranking things back up just about as fast as we can. You mentioned a couple of months shutdown. It was about 6 weeks for us. But coming back out of this, we're seeing tremendous retail activity, much stronger than we anticipated, frankly. And right now we're rehiring and increasing our supply chain to try to meet that demand.
And, they talk about this is going to be the summer of maybe not the staycation. By the way, I can't stand that word, but we're not going to travel internationally. A lot of people are going to go to national parks. What kind of early demand are you seeing for your trailers and for your RVs?
Yeah, that whole theory about how people are going to change their travel patterns in the post-COVID landscape is really coming to bear in our retail activity. We're seeing first-time buyers coming to dealerships. A lot of them are trending toward the small motorhomes so that you don't have to tow them behind a different vehicle. They're easy to drive. It's more like a car. So big reaction to our motorized product. And as you know, people are headed for the outdoors. They think the outdoors provides a great space where you can socially distance, it's healthy. And of course, in an RV, you're taking your kitchen, you're taking your bed, you're taking your bathroom. You've got your own little contained environment that you can feel safe in regardless of where you go.
Yeah, in fact, research firm DataTrek posting yesterday that Google Trends show that the search for RV sales and RV rentals is up more than 70%. But let's be clear, your products, they are top of the line, Bob. You've got the classic trailer. You've got some of your Atlas RVs, which are $200,000+. Not everybody can afford them. What kind of demand are you seeing on both the high end and the lower end of your product range?
Yeah, great question. So interestingly, the buyers that are coming to find Airstream, they typically are pretty well off financially. They've taken maybe a bit of a hit in the stock market, but a lot of that is recovered. There's still a lot of money out there. And for people that want to be able to jump into a new lifestyle that supports their summer travel plans in a safe fashion, they don't seem to mind to spend the money. Of course, in the industry, there's a broad range of products from the very inexpensive to very expensive. So for most buyers, there's something out there that meets their need and their budget.
What's the financing on a $200,000 trailer look like, Bob?
Well, here's the thing. Because RVs count as a second home, it's a 15-year loan and the interest is tax deductible. That's a little known fact, but it certainly boosts sales and gives people confidence they can step into the lifestyle in an affordable fashion with a great monthly payment.
I did not. It counts as a second home. I guess these days it might actually count as a second home. I mean, what's amazing about, especially some of the Mercedes-Benz vans like the Atlas and the Tommy Bahama that you guys sell, people don't realize you got everything in there. How do you stuff a bathroom, an oven, a sofa, TV, and a wine cellar effectively in a 20-foot long truck?
And don't forget the sauna and the hot tub. We've been doing it for 90 years. It's about efficient use of space, and it's about leaving out what you don't need and putting in what you do. But we find that in a fully functioning RV, you can live a wonderful life. You can have a great vacation. We got a lot of people at full time in these things. They live in them permanently. And if anyone can do that, you can certainly figure out how to take a couple of weeks of vacation.
Outside of obviously the pandemic and the lockdowns, what about supply chains? That was the top story before all this, Bob. Were you able to source all your parts? Have you changed your supply chain at all? And what are you guys looking at? Because there will be a time when the pandemic is over and we still got to deal with supply chain issues and a Cold War with China that appears to be heating up.
Yeah, that's a major concern. Yeah, of course, this was a supply chain disruption before it was a demand disruption. And we're still feeling some of the effects of that. We have suppliers that source things from overseas, components within larger things like air conditioners or refrigerators. So we're suffering from some of that right now. It's a matter of working with our suppliers as closely as we can, forecasting demand so that they can understand what our needs are. Anywhere we can shift to domestic sourcing, there's always an advantage there. We've been doing that kind of forever, but now there's an extra impetus to do that with this coronavirus supply chain disruption.
So you are, to wrap up, Bob, you are looking to move some whatever you can, you're looking to move some of that back to either the United States or at least North America, if possible.
Yeah, very much so. Again, we've always tried to do that where we can, but now there's this extra incentive to make that happen.